Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenmara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And tonight, whenever you happen to be seeing this, I would like to offer the weekly rune reading for the elements for February 23rd through March 1st. It's already moving into March. Like, where did the last 2 months go? But I read intuitively, so the messages that come through will start with the notes from the runes, and then we'll move into what Source has brought through as well. And I read for the elements instead of the zodiac. You can check out a video in the description to find out why. There's some other fun stuff linked down there, and there's also a natal interpretation chart, which is your basic birth chart with the 12 houses, and then it gives you what they call the Merlin report, which is a 10 to 20 page description of what is in the chart. Highly recommend that. It's one of the few reasons that I can understand what I know about my own charts, but it's definitely worth checking out. So with that, we'll get started. Our first elemental energy is fire, which covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Your first rune for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius is the Anzus rune, which is the ancestral rune or the god Odin's personal rune. Color association is dark blue, tarot association is death, and astrology is Mercury. It's wisdom, help from someone older, magic, psychic power, and initiation. So there's two different ways to look at this rune. Fire, what I'm hearing is this week is a time where something new is being brought forward that you're getting involved in. But there's also this understanding that this is a week for you to take a lesson that you already started to a deeper level. Whether that is religious, whether that is spiritual, whether that is work-related, or even your personal hobby. This week they're calling for a deepening of something. And that's also kind of that initiation part. And the fun part when they talk about like psychic, magic, stuff like that, it's saying that this is going to be something that is so freeing and so, they're using the word random, that it sparks a smile and makes you want to dig deeper into it. So your second one is the Kano or the Torch rune. It is also the rune of fire, so this is kind of your one. Color is light red, tarot association is the Chariot, astrology is Venus. It's the creative fire, artistic impulses, passion, and sexual desires. So, fire. You really have something going to the next level this week, whether it's relationship or creative or spiritual. You have this calling for something deeper. There's doors opening up. There could be a path of initiation that's being offered this week. Something is shifting big time, and it's taking you from the, to use a more goofy term, a muggle world into the metaphysical world. Things are definitely going into a deeper state, fire, so I would be paying attention to how this is manifesting for you. I would also, they're saying meditate on the candle flame, your fire, so that shouldn't be that difficult. And even if you are a flash in the pan Aries, see if you can hold the candle meditation for 15 minutes. If you are lucky enough to have an outside fire pit, watch the flames, but do so for about 15 minutes. Keep a notepad, something so you can take notes on what thoughts come up during or after. But they're really saying that there's something that's coming in. You've got Odin, you've got your ancestral, and you've got fire. These are all things that are saying it could be something being brought forward from the past. It could be a new wisdom. There's something is shifting. Fire, it'll be interesting to see what your guys' thoughts are on this one, fire, because this week could be some interesting things happening for you. And I'm seeing a lot of creation, but there's also this urge to take things to a deeper level. So see how that plays out for our fire family. Let's hop over to our earth family, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. If you're Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or have earth high up in your charts, this one's for you. We're starting off with Eowaz, which is the rune of the horse. We have color of white, tarot association is the Lovers, astrology is Gemini. So Earth, you've got some water and you've got some air, so this could be a very interesting week for you. Travel, change, new jobs, new homes, spiritual journeys, and movement. Earth, they're saying to pay attention to people who might be a little bit more two-faced. Gemini is is air, but it's also a symbol of twins, meaning there's two different faces that can be brought forward. That's the image that I'm getting. But they're also saying you have this option for movement, whether it's movement up or movement unilaterally. You have got some these boots are made for walking type of a thing. You've got some shifting that is being called to do, and that is not something that I'm hearing that you want to do. I'm feeling like this is a little bit of what's the right word for it? Basically, you don't want to make the moves. This is something that's being brought up that you feel you need to do. It's the type of movement would be hugely beneficial, or at least an improvement from where you're at. It's just that moving part you don't want to do just yet. Your second rune is Thurizaz, which is the god of strength rune. Color of bright red. Tarot association is the Emperor, and astrology is Mars. We have protection, someone providing help, good news coming in. Earth, I want you to use the concept of alchemy this week. With these two runes, you literally have earth, air, fire, and water. You have all four elements here. That means you have the option to transmute and change something coming up. You have protection from Thurizaz and someone providing help and good news, but with Eowaz, you've got some movement, spiritual journeys, and ascension. You've got a lot of options this week, and it all is coming down to the choices that you're making. If you've got other people in your life that fit into other elements, or if you happen to have some, if you have all four, that's even better. But it's definitely a time to make some big changes. When you have all four elements coming in, what I'm hearing is this is a time for you to take where you're at and transmute it into something better than it was before. The movement is going to happen one way or another, but it's whether or not you're willing to ask for the protection and guidance that's going to help amplify that into a much higher state than just a simple shift. Definitely be paying attention this week, Earth. Like I said, you have all four elements coming forward, so notice how things balance out. That's also the other part of that, is when you have all four elements, it's a call to find your center again. Earth, air, fire, water are surrounding you and supporting you. You're at the center, therefore you have to be able to bring all those together and reset to that balance point. They're saying this could be a little bit of a rough week, but the reward at the end is going to be worth it for our Earth family. So let's take a peek at air here. Air covers Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius in the zodiac. And air, you're starting off with the Inga's rune, rune of fertility. Color is yellow, tarot association is judgment, and astrology is the new moon. Completion of ideas or projects, a time of new beginning, a positive energies, good fortune. So air, you're getting quite the boost this week. There's a little bit of creation that's being brought forward. With fertility, it's not just physical creation is what I'm hearing. It could be a creative art project. It could be some creative ways to solve problems at work or at home. There is definitely a lot that is open to you right now, and you're able to see things in a different light, because when we look at things from fertility, it doesn't mean making an exact copy. It means changing for improvement is one other way to look at it. Your second rune is the Jira rune, and it's the rune of the year. Color of light blue, tarot association is the Fool, and astrology is Earth. So you're working with some of your opposite energy this week too. Signifies the cycles of nature and life, something coming to fruition, effort receiving reward. So air, when we look at what's going on this week, there's a very fertile time for you. You've got a lot of options opening up for you, and with the Jira or the year rune coming in, this is saying this is the obvious next step for you. The fertility, that creation, that new energy that's coming forward, the ability to change things as you go forward, these are the obvious next steps. When we talk about cycles in nature, it's not just, well, spring, summer, winter, or fall, winter. It's cycles of ups and downs. It's things that are painfully obvious at times, but other times people are like, oh, it's like magic, it happened. Well, were you working on it? Because that kind of sounds like the next step. So to other people, This may look like things are just happening for you. Magic. Things are just popping into existence. You've been putting things in play, Air, for a while is what I'm hearing. And from previous readings, you've been on this process of shifting and changing and growth. So you're definitely going to see some of that happening this week. Other people are going to see it as almost like a magical experience. But you're changing a couple of things behind the scenes that's actually going to accelerate stuff. So definitely be looking at things from a different perspective this week, because that's going to change things in a way that other people are going to be a little bit surprised by. What I'm hearing with the Fool card with the Jiro rune, or the Jiro rune, don't look at others that way. Just because they haven't figured it out yet. Air, you're kind of the smart Alex of the group. You obviously do more research than most people do. Look at them as, oh, you're just starting. That's cute. So that way they are encouraged, and encourage them. Like, yeah, this is what I've been doing. This is how, if you want to get started, this is where I started from. That way you're more of a teacher role. It's not just being like, oh, yeah, I'm so good. So let's take a peek at our water family. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, all of our fishies running around out there. And let me get my book. I set it down, my desk's small. So we're starting off with what is it? Uraz, or Uras, which is color of dark green. Tarot association is the High Priestess, and astrology is Taurus. And we have creative power, wisdom, knowledge, good fortune, opportunities, and a little bit of sexuality. So apparently there's gonna be an amorous week for everybody. Water. When we look at this one, the High Priestess is in line with you as a element. It's also working with Taurus, which is kind of a compatible sign or element for you. So you definitely have things working together for you. When we look at this creative energy, this is towards the first of the original runes, and so it's kind of the Elder of Futhark, I believe. When we look at that, these are origins. So something is going back to your roots because you're planting new seeds. You're going back to the beginning because you want to start some stuff over. It could be you've completed some big projects and now you're ready to start over, but I'm hearing this concept of going back to the beginning and starting a new story. So it's not just, oh, I've finished all these different things, look at how great I am. It's more of, okay, so that's where that one goes. So let's start back here and let's do something a little bit different and see how this turns out. It's like if you work in kitchen, or you've worked in a kitchen and you want to experiment at home, little tweaks here and there, you can totally change entire recipes by just adjusting one or two herbs. And that's what I'm hearing for you this week, Water, is you're adjusting one or two things from a start point and seeing how it plays out. Your second rune is Sowilo, which is the rune of the sun. Colors are white and silver, gold as well. Your tarot association is the sun. Astrology is also sun. It's a rune of good health and happiness, wholeness, clarity, enlightenment, and success. Whatever it is that you are tweaking, whatever it is that you're working on this week, whatever it is you're bringing into a different state, Water, you're going to have a really good burst of success. There's going to be a breakthrough. The sun bursting through the clouds is the image they keep showing me. So whatever it is that you're working on, you're going to have such an odd, empowering shift that occurs that it's going to make the Uraz rune with the High Priestess, your connection to the goddess, your connection to Gaia, which is that Taurus energy, is going to help you expand so massively. So as you go through this week, Water, be not so much aware of, but smile and send a little thank you up when those bursts of insight occur, because this week is definitely going to have some of those for you. Oops, I didn't put water symbol up. Sorry, Water. So as you're going through this week, Water, it's going to be an interesting week. There's going to be some aha moments, but it's all going to be in line with you're looking at the broader picture, you're going back to the origins, and now it's time to tweak a little something. There's a movie about that. I want to call it, it's like The Watchmen or The Watchers or something like that from back in the day. It's a really bad B movie. But if you haven't seen it, it's worth checking out because it's kind of stupid funny. It's supposed to be a spook show. It's not, at least not to me. But this is kind of where you're at, is you're adjusting something by going back to the beginning and trying it a different way to see how it turns out this time. But that sun rune is really saying it's going to turn out really flippin' cool if everything lines up for you. So, with that being said, as we go forward through this next week, this is the end of February. Is there anything you wanted to wrap up for the week? Is there anything that you are feeling ready to close a book on for all elements? If there is, release it with gratitude and joy. Doesn't matter what it was, let it go with peace, joy, gratitude. Thank you for its lesson. Thank you for the benefit, whatever it is, and let it go. Prepare yourself as we move into March. March also holds the energy of Ostara, which is spring. So we're moving into a different section. We're moving out of the darkness and the coldness of winter. Look to the sun, look to the joy, look to the light. The god is returning in the solar realm. With that, the young god is maturing and growing up. The world is becoming more fertile. And make your plans as to how you are going to harness that fertility energy as we go forward into the next month, everybody. With that, I will let you guys go. Have a great month or week of February 23rd through March 1st, and get ready for the next part of your life.